Hi, I'm Amanda Geisel, and this is the WB Mason Coaches Show. I'm here with the head coach of Hofstra Women's Soccer, Simon Riddiough. Thanks for being here with us today, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Amanda.
The Pride started off opening weekend last weekend, going 1-1. They beat Buffalo on Friday night before falling to the defending national champions, Penn State, on Sunday. Coach Jill Mulholland scored a goal in the 3rd minute to give you a 1-0 lead against Buffalo on Friday night. How did it feel to get your season started so quickly?
Yeah, we traditionally haven't started off our season very well. We usually lose the first game or the first weekend, so for Jill to propel us to victory that first game is a huge uplifting experience, and it will hopefully guide us to more wins moving through the season.
And then after she scored that goal, the team played really solid defense, only allowing Buffalo to get 3 shots throughout the whole game. What was kind of clicking well defensively that night?
Well, it's something we've focused on during pre-season. That's always been our mantra, is defence. We've got a lot of returners from that back line, and Emily Holbert to protect the back four. And so from that perspective, we were very happy with the solid performance, the effort from the forwards through the midfield three, and the back four's organisation structurally enabled us to limit the Buffalo to 3 shots and no shots on goal, which is very appeasing from our perspective.
And then on Sunday, facing the defending national champions, again you get on the board really quickly. Noriana Radwan scores in the 8th minute off a corner kick. What was the feeling like on the sideline from a coaching perspective with her getting that big goal so early on?
Yeah, it's one of those, going into those games, you want to keep it as tight as you can for as long as possible, in the hope that Penn State have a bad day and we can nick a late goal and win the game. Getting an early goal kind of is exciting. It was exciting for the players. We were in a little bit of disbelief. Awesome that Noriana got on the board. She had a tough year last year transitioning with the transfer and stuff, so for her to play and start and get a goal was fantastic. And we know defensively we're pretty solid, so we knew if Penn State were going to beat us, they would have to beat us and break us down, and we were quite confident that might be difficult for them on that day. So going 1-0 up allowed us to be a little bit excited about the final prospect.
And then unfortunately you had to play down a player for the second half. What was your message at halftime? How did you adjust your strategy to play down a player?
Yeah, well, at that stage we have to move people around. It's almost like a jigsaw puzzle, missing a piece, so we had to negate something, we had to give up something, so we gave up a little bit of high pressure, which is not like us. We really wanted to force their centre-backs, their 2 central defenders, to make the game. And that's what we did, and I thought the plan was to absorb a lot of pressure and then maybe pick and choose when we're going to counter. And a couple of times at 2-1 we had a couple of really good looks. If players were a little bit smart in their runs and their final pass, we might have got back into the game, and that was the plan. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. We made adjustments with 10 minutes to go to pressure a little bit higher than we had, and teams like Penn State may punish you for that, and that's exactly what they did. As soon as we made an adjustment, they went down the field and scored to make it 3-1, and then basically the game's over. Pretty happy with the work ethic from the team, the organisation, the effort, the focus. It was all there, which is a tremendous foundation moving through this season and hopefully get into playoffs and so forth.
You had a couple freshmen see the field in the first weekend. What were your initial thoughts on their performance in their first collegiate weekend?
It's always tough for freshmen, especially going to Penn State. It's one of those, the defending national champions, the facilities are fantastic, and you're almost in awe of the beauty of the surroundings. So as a freshman, I'm pretty certain some of our seniors were a little bit nervous, as was I. So as a freshman, you magnify that by 10, and the freshmen who came on did themselves proud. They worked hard. They tried to stay within the system, and sometimes it's a little bit overawed. But overall, they came unscathed and hopefully a better player for it.
And then this week, looking forward, on Thursday you open the home schedule against Boston University. What are your thoughts going into that game?
Nancy's brilliant. She's an icon in the women's game in the Northeast. She's built that BU program to perennial power in the regional rankings as well as in the Patriot League. I've got utmost respect for her as a coach and a person. She does it the right way. We've never really had much success against BU, historically or traditionally. I would like to turn that around. It's going to be a battle. I know they're going to be well coached. I know they're going to make us beat them. They're not going to give us the win. It's going to be a good game. I'm glad we're home. I think that helps us, and hopefully the fans will enjoy a good game of soccer and hopefully a win for Hofstra.
Sounds good. Thanks so much. That was Simon Riddiough, head coach of Hofstra Women's Soccer on the WB Mason Coaches Show.